Hi there, you bite-sized morsels. Mr. Porshark here, and today we are getting briny and deep into yet another beloved game getting the full remake treatment. 13 years ago, Ubisoft released what could be argued to be the most celebrated game in the Assassin's Creed series, setting the game in the high seas of the Caribbean for a proper pirate adventure, while carrying on the struggle between the Assassins and Templars. Seemingly seeking to show that they remember how to make a pirate game that isn't the quadruple A chum bucket called Skull and Bones, they have decided that in this age of the remake, they should go back to a simpler time and just do the good game again. I've been playing this for the last week as Ubisoft provided me with an advanced copy of the deluxe edition for review, and everything you're going to see here was captured on a PS5 on quality settings. But is this remake a gleaming treasure chest of well-earned booty, or a splintered piece of driftwood waiting to be claimed by Davy Jones' locker? I think it falls somewhere in between, with outstanding location visuals, fluid combat, vibrant and atmospheric weather effects, and excellent performances, offset by lifeless, dead-faced NPCs, sometimes horrendous character pathing, oblivious enemies, and some technical hiccups. This is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Now, first things first, I am not the guy to come to if you expect someone looking at the deep lore or every single change made from the original to now, though some are massive. I want to look at this game through the lens of it being a new game, releasing in 2026, and if it stands on its own two sea legs as a complete video game with modern standards and expectations. After all, this is a full remake and not a remaster built on the bones of the old game. Right, let's hit out some positives. The game generally looks gorgeous. The new engine really brings the locations to life with bright, vibrant colours in the beachy islands to dark, grimy back streets of the port towns. Combined with some excellent weather and water effects, the game really shines in its locations. It is a joy to sail or parkour around, and I find myself just enjoying being in the world. Where that falls down slightly is the people populating that world. Many NPCs, while having dialogue, will have these motionless, lifeless faces, and where that falls down slightly is the people populating that world. Many NPCs, while having dialogue, have these motionless, lifeless faces with not even simple mouth movements. And I'm sorry, but this being Ubi's premiere release for the year, and with the time and budget that's went into it, that's just not on. I know it's a small thing, but look at that! Most NPCs are just tied into repeating generic animations, and it feels very video gamey. I'm not feeling that this is a living, breathing environment, just as a video game level I'm traversing. And when the story demands that you follow a character, while it includes a handy auto-follow feature, the character pathing can be hilariously bad, and you will follow as they walk in circles, into trees, through other people. The character models themselves are also somewhat inconsistent. Some look fantastic, with excellent facial animations, but others just don't, and I'm forced to wonder why there is such a disparity at points. The overall graphical fidelity is still very high, however, and its shortcomings, while not enough to drag me out of the experience totally, are still noticeable. Mechanically, the game has seen a complete overhaul. Movement is still the usual AC affair: hold a button to parkour, one button. Mechanically, the game has seen a complete overhaul. Movement is still the usual AC affair: hold a button to parkour, one button makes you go up, one button makes you go down. Edward will climb, run and vault fairly effortlessly, and taking cover and hiding is relatively simple. Combat is fluid and smooth, but I feel veterans are going to potentially find it quite simple. Parrying is frightfully easy, and if it can't be parried, it can be dodged. Combat is suitably visceral though, with various assassination and finisher animations for the end of combat, same with stealth. There are many varied ways to take out your chosen prey, and a wealth of fun animations for doing so. Unlike the original, which allowed you to crouch in bushes, the remake allows you to crouch at any time to fully make use of modern stealth mechanics. A baffling addition for me though is a dedicated button to raise and lower your hood. Like, it's cool and all, but a whole button? I respect it, I guess. Another major mechanical change is the ability to dive underwater wherever you want, allowing for some quite fun under the sea exploration, and you'll be surprised how much you can find down there. Well, not me, I'm terrified of open water, and I was about 2 strange noises away from a heart attack. Speaking of changes though, there are no modern time sections in Resynced. They have been completely removed, alongside the Freedom's Cry DLC. But there are now new side quests which act as a kind of what-if scenario involving the other characters in their place. It wouldn't be a pirate adventure without a ship and crew, and this of course is a high point of the game. From collecting your crew and sailing to raid merchant ships to just enjoying the voyage, with the new Sea Shanty Selector menu, that was not easy to say, which also has added 10 new shanties, by the way. This is where the game feels at its best for me. I've always been more of a stealth is optional for this mission kinda guy. But I've found myself genuinely trying to think like an assassin, stalking targets, planning routes and celebrating a particularly well done takedown. But when the alarm is raised and you need to fight, Edward's skill set and resynced, reworked combat makes every encounter at the very least fun. The last thing I want to touch on is the in-game shop. I may or may not be alone in this, but a store which sells cosmetic sets as well as resource packs and maps for a single player game is a disgrace. I know this is nothing new, but I have always hated it and I will continue to hate it. Black Flag Resynced brings one of the most celebrated AC entries into the modern age with style, flourish and competency in its environment and mechanics, but it does fall short in its technical department with poor NPCs, bad pathing and texture pop-in during cinematic cuts. If you are a fan of the series, and especially Black Flag by itself, it changes plenty enough that you're going to enjoy getting a fresh experience with lots of new stuff to do, and the new engine and the coat of paint is doing wonders for the game. As always, thank you so much to Ubisoft for providing a review code for Black Flag Resynced. Make sure to give the video a wee like if you can. I'll say yo ho ho me hearties, and I will see ye on the horizon.